With this, my You Fresh party is guaranteed.
Can I get porky?
Can I get good taste?
Can I get triangle?
Yes, it's all sorted. Mom.
Makes your kids smarter.
Wow, party assured.
Yes, it's party time.
One drinks that taste so good. That's our refreshing. Makes your kids smarter. Make them feel energized. I've got the drinks for you. We made them just for you. Hey, You Fresh.
You Fresh comes in different flavors and shapes.
You Fresh. One my eye fresh.
Hello and a special good afternoon to everyone watching us, especially you. It's a wonderful afternoon. I wish you the very best of afternoon. As you are all aware, Amcast TV stands for nothing, but one thing is for sure. That's to ensure that all Christians across the length and breadth of the country get the opportunity to embrace the Christian faith and eschew practices that do not conform with the norms of the society, specifically that of the Bible and that of Christ. Because if you are called a Christian, it means your life must depict that of Christ. As a result, we decided to delve more into areas that confront the Christian society, specifically about the aspect of behaviors that are not good. When you look at the youth today, behaviors which are not good is what they really embrace. Some of them, for that matter, you see a young lady dressed very badly walking on the streets. When you ask the person tells you, I'm a Christian. You ask yourself, is the person coming from a house, a home, or a school? This is really affecting the Christian society. As a Christian, your life must be able to change someone who is not a Christian in order that you will be able to win more souls for Christ. As a result, we decided to delve more into these issues and the aspect of the second mystery that has to do with the coming of Christ, the mystery of the second coming of Christ. So we decided to seek an admonition from a renowned man of God who happens to be the head pastor of the Assemblies of God, Lashibi branch. He is by name Reverend Alale. Reverend, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thanks so much for your time for today.
You are most welcome. It's my pleasure.
Hosting me.
Thank you.
Now let's look at this. More often than not, we get to hear of issues of bad behavior that really confront the Christian society, especially the youth. Someone will come to church today, dress nicely, but when the person steps out, the dress is quite bad. As a result, people try to point accusing fingers and portray that is such a person actually a Christian because his or her behavior does not conform with the norm of the society. You've been doing the ministry work for quite a long time now. What do you make of this and what will you advise in this regard as well?
Yeah, like the scripture says, lack of knowledge and people are destroyed. If you lack knowledge, you will lack commitment. If you lack knowledge, you will lack what it is and what it takes to live right. And so today's youth, what is lacking basically, that is manifested in their behavior, is lack of knowledge. For instance, the scripture says, those who know the Lord should depart from anything that is evil. And so lack of this information makes them do what they do that is evil and that is bad, even in society.
Wow. So what will be your simple form of admonition to such people who come to church, but then they portray nude behaviors, they portray bad activities, which really is not of God?
My advice to such young ones is they should endeavor not just to have their names in the register of the church, but they should identify themselves with Christ. There are many who are in the church who are not known by Christ. They are in the church, but they are not in Christ. And so, once you are in the church and you do not try to go beyond to know why you are in the church, why you call yourself a Christian, it will reflect in your behavior.
Wow, wow. Again, let's look at this. The love of money has also taken center stages in the lives of many youths. Most of them wouldn't want to work, but indeed they really want to get paid. And as we all know, as we are all aware of the local parlance that goes like one brand or better, so no pay, no gain. Most of them do not want to work, yet they want to be paid. As a result, they engage in dubious activities, the likes of sakawa and all of this prostitution is as a result of this. What do you make of this also, and how do you think we can address this to develop meaning?
The point is this: no cross, no crown. No pain, no pay. But this is what is lacking in the youth. They don't want to sacrifice. They don't want to work. They don't want to do anything. But they want to dress even more than those who work. They want to ride in big cars more than those who work. They want to live in luxury more than even those who work. And this is the reason and one of the areas that pushes them into evil behaviors, evil activities like armed robbery, sakawa, and many other evil vices.
Wow, indeed, you've spoken well. The school of thought believes that some pastors, some reverends, some prophets are not able to hate issues of nude activities, issues of prostitution, issues of fornication, all of that, because they think when they say such a thing, such a member who actually dwells in that will stop, and hence probably the person happens to be the financier of the church. As a result, this continues. Do you also think the same way, and how do you advise?
I will be naive if I think differently, because it is obvious and is seen everywhere. Many times we've seen pastors, prophets, and so-called men of God involved in evil activities. The scripture is clear that in the last days, these things will abound. There are those who will call themselves pastors, evangelists, and prophets who the Lord they don't have any relationship with the Lord.
Wow, that's awesome. Now let's look at this. When such a thing happens, it really goes a long way to actually affect the Christian society. Because people will say, oh, so if such a person who claims to be a Christian is doing this, what becomes of the pagans? And as a church, we need to do a lot in advocating for things that will bring us benefits that's positively, rather than things that will dent the image of the church. This also, what do you think can be done in order that the church will be a wonderful place that will create that awareness for those who probably have lost hope in Christ, will also have the belief and the second thought that indeed when I come to the church, I will be able to have a restoration?
One bad knot in the society does not make everything bad. For the very fact that there's someone evil, do not deny the fact that there are good ones. And so it is true that we have these false teachers, false prophets, and false pastors, but the fact still remains that there are genuine, faithful, and committed ones who are dying for the cause of the kingdom and are living for the cause of the kingdom.
Wow. Rev, now let's switch from the aspect of the youth and delve into the mysteries behind the second coming of Christ. There was a time we were actually moving in our quest to ensure that we interview a couple of guys as regards the second coming of Christ. We asked a couple of guys and we were like, oh, we don't believe Christ will be coming. And besides, if Christ were to, let's say, use a bicycle, by now would have been in. And they were like, oh, for me, I'll just blow money, I'll just enjoy. When I die, that is the end. At least when someone does that make the person to be free, or that becomes of the end of the person or otherwise?
I will still say what I said earlier on, that lack of knowledge, God's people are destroyed. It is true, we've heard of the coming of Christ many years back, even before our grandparents were born. That was the message of the day. Yes, he hasn't come, but has he not told us many things that we will see that will precede his coming? Has he not told us about famines, about wars, kingdoms rising up against kingdoms, families rising up against families? Has he not told us about children becoming disobedient? Has he not told us about the love of many? Are we not seeing husbands kill wives? Have we not seen wives kill husbands? Have we not seen and heard children deny their parents and even kill them? Jesus said, when we begin to see these things, there were signs, there were symbols to the coming of the kingdom. There are many things that are happening today. If you were told these 10 years back, you wouldn't believe it. But they are alive and active in our very eyes and in our very day.
Wow. So those of us watching us, don't think the second coming of Christ will never happen. It will surely come. Prepare yourself towards that and embrace the kissing face, so that when you fall dead now, you wouldn't perish where you don't want to, or better some of the hellfire. Because if that happens, it will be disastrous. Finally, Reverend, what will be your message to all Ghanaians across the length and breadth of the country as we bring the conversation to an end? But as regards the mystery behind the second coming of Christ, we'll come again for the part 2 of this interview, so that we hit more on some of the signs. But someone is watching us, he's still asking as to what should I see, or better say, what will indicate to me that indeed the second coming of Christ, so that we hit it for the greater benefit of the viewers.
My message to all and sundry is Christ is coming. Christ is coming. I will tell everyone Christ is coming. Look around you, open the TV, read a newspaper, look at the radio, listen to news. Everything points to the fact that Christ is coming, not only locally but globally. That is the message. It is said everywhere, Christ is coming. And should you not be aware, can you imagine the famines we have experienced? Can you imagine the disasters we have experienced, even as a country? These were not things that were common many years back, but they are with us, and they are very relevant and positive pointers to the coming of Christ.
Reverend, thanks so much for your time today.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
It was so insightful.
My prayers are with you.
Amen.
Go ahead, and the Lord will give you grace.
Amen. God bless you for your time.
Thank you.
Viewers, we thank you so much for watching today's episode. We look forward to meeting you again as we bring you more insightful interviews for the greater benefit of the church, the nation, and the country as a whole. Once again, thank you. Bye for now.
You bless me, my life make better. Oh.